Alright, today we're going to make a LS bench harness. So you're going to need a couple things. One thing you're going to need is a 12 volt, 1 amp, 1 milliamp, 2 amp. You can do anything up to 5 amp, doesn't matter. A 12 volt charger. You're going to need a blue connector. You're going to need an OBD2 port. You can cut these out of a car or whatever. This is brand new. I find it's easier just for me to use a brand new one so we don't have to solder 500 connections. Unless you want yours to look like shit, then that's up to you. I've already taken the clips off, the back of it off, the connector. Some other things you'll need is a razor blade, a pick, some needle nose pliers, some crimp strippers. I got some heat shrink, some electrical tape, and you need some solder, a soldering iron, and I got 5 wires. I got 2 ground wires and I got 3 power wires, which I've already, as you can see, put the ends on for the OBD. This is what you need. Now, the first step is I like to pull all the pins out of these and then go back and repin it with a, I don't like to use the 18 gauge that comes. Let's use 2 other orange wires, and then you get 2 pinks, the 2 grounds, and you got your serial data wire. And they are, the 1 ground is on 1. You got PCM battery on 19. You got another battery on 20. Another one on 57. You got the serial data on 58. And on this side, we have a ground at 40. Another PCM battery hot on 75. So let me get my soldering iron plugged in and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, now we're on the next step, and you're going to twist all these wires together and solder them. Pretty simple. So once you get your wires twisted together, get your soldering iron, heat it up. And I'll just fling it on the floor like a heathen. We'll take our heat shrink, slide it over like so. Heat it up with a lighter. Move on to the next part. Alright. Get your other power wire. I got 2 of them. Just all this crap out of my way. Let's see. Go ahead and solder this other connection together. Fling it on the floor like a heathen. Grab me another piece of heat shrink. Slide it over like so. And voila. What the hell did I do with that lighter? There it is. Alright. Alright, so you get your lighter, heat it up. And on to the next one. Now we're going to take the ground. I mean, you don't have to do all this. You can have yours haggard and taped up or whatever. I'm just showing you how I'm going to do mine. Keep the wires up so that solder sinks on in there. Take you some solder, push it on the tip. There you go. Laying on the floor like a heathen. Get you some more heat, get another piece of heat shrink, slide it back over here. And voila. Take your lighter. You do this with a heat gun or whatever you got. Lighter's the easiest. You use a torch. And now you have nice soldered connections. Heat shrink doesn't look all haggard like shit. And keep in mind too, you wanna keep some room for this bolt, because you'll be screwing it in and out of PCMs. Alright. So now that we got that done, on to the next part. So once you get all these wires situated, you'll take the ends of the charger, splice them like so. Let's see. Take these two, twist them together, slide your piece of heat shrink over. Can you see this? Nope. Slide your heat shrink over, and voila. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to twist these wires together like so. Get them all twisted together so you can solder them. You can't see that, can you? Kind of. Is that better? Yeah. Heat it up. Laying on the floor like a caveman. Now that connection soldered. Slide it over. Heat it up. Alright, that was done. Next, we got the grounds. Twist the grounds together. Don't be an asshole and forget your heat shrink, like I about just did. Look at me struggling. Alright, much better. Heat it up. And solder like so. And that's that. Take your shrink wrap. Heat it up. All right. And here is where just use some tape. If I can get it. Some tape. Cut a few pieces with the razor blade. Make it look neat. So now you're gonna have a black, a pink, and a green. Alright. Black, pink, and green. And all these are gonna go to this OBD2 connector. And I'm gonna tell you the pins. Let's see if I can show you. So on this connector, there you go, you can see the numbers at the bottom there. So serial data is going to go in pin number 2. Pin 4 and 5 is going to be ground. And pin 16 is going to be a 12-volt battery source, which you'll get from the plug. So let's see. Pin 2. Put it in 2. And you got 4 and 5 are ground. You hear them snap in there. And then you have 16, which is a battery. It's all the way in this corner here. There it goes. Alright, so it should look like this. This is 16. Down here where my thumb is, 16, 4 and 5, and 2. That's exactly how your plug should look. Alright, now for the next step. I want this to look pretty neat. Put some loom on it. Like I said, you can have yours looking haggard, horseshit. It's all good. And that's pretty much it. If you want to get real fancy, add more tape. So what I like to do is twist these together. If you twist it, kind of straightens it out. See? You can tape. Right on the end here, leave some tape out. And you can take a piece of loom. slide it through like so. And then run that tape around it. Now you look like a professional. Said, since I'm going to make this look nice and neat, let's take this razor blade, get right about there. Watch me struggle for 10 minutes. Now that part looks pretty clean. And I'll just get another piece of tape. Make sure when you're taping this stuff, you always use your razor blade to cut the tape, you know, like this, because if you just pull it, it's gonna unravel after a while and it'll look like shit. I'm just gonna take it right there. All the wires out of the way. You see that? Nope. All the wires are out of the way of the bolt. You can turn it with your fingers if you need to. Get the shit away. And then let's see next what we'll do. Go ahead and length of some 1/4 inch. We'll take this. And just like I showed you, get a good length of some tape. Cut it with a razor blade. Now, wrap around these wires. And voila. And then, so you get the idea, take your loom, struggle with it. There you go. That's it. Now you got a professionally looking harness there. Everything's loomed. All you gotta do now is just plug it up in the wall and it'll give your PCM power and ground, and that's it. Pretty simple.